We're Google nationalists here. So, welcome to the Cold Emo Wizard concert. I'm here to perform my hit album, Scaling to 200K a month. Alright, and the topic of it, I just want to generally name it Scaling 200K a month. And the way I want to do that is by distinguishing two different things for you guys. Force multipliers versus minor improvements. Force multiplier, it's an actual heavy needle moving task. It's repeatable and it results in order of magnitude increases. And you have to compare that to minor improvements. It's just a small optimization, it's not repeatable. You do them, but it doesn't actually grow the business. Right, so what do I consider minor? It's changing the color of your landing page. It's moving to a different funnel software or changing a sentence in your cold emails or ads.
Nobody cares if your landing page is blue or the buttons are red. It doesn't matter. It is inconsequential to actually growing the company. Right? So your business will not grow by orders of magnitude if all you do is minor improvements. You need complete and certain force multipliers. And this is what those look like. There's the big arrows and the small arrows. The big arrows are the force multipliers, and the small arrows are the small optimizations of those. You can't grow your business unless you move the arrows further along or introduce new big arrows. The small arrows don't matter. You will figure them out through pure iteration. So what we're going to be talking about is the 3 force multipliers that took us from a 68K a month to 220 in 3 months. And I'm going to explain those here to you now. And the first one is content. More of it. Like way more than you think would otherwise be necessary. Right? You need frequency. And what is frequency? It's the average amount of time somebody sees you per day, right? Like if you're running ads, you'll see there's like your weekly frequency is 7. That means someone sees it once a day, right? So how many times do you log on to Twitter and see tweets about Client Ascension?
A lot.
Exactly. Way too much, and here we are. It's me tweeting it, it's Christian, it's Andre, it's Dan. There's people inside of it. It's everywhere. You quite literally cannot escape it. It's just way too much. And you're all getting my ads. There is no 90-minute period that elapses where my Twitter account is not tweeting or retweeting something. It's doing it right now. It's just always on. There's no 2 consecutive tweets that I tweet without plugging an offer, ever. You see this all the time. It's tweet, oh, it's getting some likes, bam, plug the offer. And then I'm retweeting the plug and the top level tweet a bunch. Just continuously. It's so astronomically much. You think you need to be seen like twice a day, like, oh, plug the offer. We'll do it today. I do it like 6-7 times a day. Like it's so much. Right? So this is my system as it currently stands. Scott follows me around all day, me, Andre, Christian, Dan. And that results in about 2 hours of footage. You cut out all the garbage, it's like 45 minutes, it's like 8 to 10 minutes per scene. That 45 minutes turns into a YouTube video. And then that 45 minutes is sent over to a shorts guy, Presley, right over there. And then he makes a bunch of shorts from it. And then I put the shorts on YouTube, and I put the shorts on Twitter, and I retweet the shit out of the shorts, and I plug the shorts, and then I retweet the plug. It's so much. Right? So, for some reason, everybody forgot about brand awareness. The ad platforms introduce conversion tracking pixels, and people forget that they're selling to humans. As if it's some kind of input machine. Oh, but do this ad set. right? All right, who do you think gets more sales? The guy you see 1 time a day or the guy you see 10 times a day? It just makes way more sense. The more you offer, the more money you make. It's pretty simple. Right? So at any given time, 1% of the market is ready to buy. So if you still aren't there, still posting, when the 99% finally is ready, they're just going to use somebody else. You will have sold the idea of your opportunity to the prospects. And if you aren't existing to the magnitude with which you otherwise could, they will simply use that other person. You will have spent ad dollars, spent effort, spent money creating all this content, and somebody else will get the conversion because you have not existed to the degree to which you otherwise could. You just paid to nurture somebody else's customer. We are waging a war against paid traffic. It's not capital efficient. It's not infinite. Daddy Zuck hates you. And you need to develop real fans. Look at Logan. Everybody loves Logan. So imagine running ads and cold emails, and you have no organic content. Right, when you cold email somebody, they're going to copy your sending domain, put it in the URL bar, they're going to Google your name, they're going to look you up on LinkedIn, as any rational human would otherwise do, and somehow you guys, a lot of you guys, forgot about that. All your content is ranking. You have so much content on the internet that any prospect is just going to logically deduce that there is no way this guy isn't legit. He's been doing it for so long. It just makes sense. Right? Your market will sophisticate. Right? 300 people are going to copy your business. They're going to use ads. They'll do a little bit of sleazy marketing. They're going to outspend you, and they will make outrageous claims continuously, and the claims will go higher and higher and higher and higher. We can do it. We can make you this much. We can make you this much. We can do it in this time. Less. More money, less time, more money, less time, until it is impossible to actually deliver that result. This is not an insinuation. Every single one of you, your market will sophisticate. You're going to have 300 people copy it. All of you. How many cold email people do you see on Twitter now? There's like 700. Why am I still here? Because I post so much more than anyone would ever conceivably think is necessary. That's why I'm still here. So when it does happen, when your market does sophisticate, you'll still win because the people begin buying from you as opposed to the thing. They don't care about the thing, they care about you, and that is why it is necessary to make more content. You need to unrelentingly exert shit out into the world. More frequency, more content, more permanence. You need to permanently establish yourself with some phrase. I hear SEO, I think of Koal. I hear Google Ads, I think of Colin Schmelbeck. You hear cold email, you probably think of Cold Email Wizard. Pretty simple. So, you are not trying to convert people now. You are trying to permanently exist and become the default option for when they do. There's no other option but to use you. It's like comparing these two, right? Selling for a well-known, respected enterprise company versus selling for a Klaviyo email marketer, no case studies. Who wins? The company or person with 300 podcast episodes, 72 YouTube videos, like 94 blogs. They've been to like 8 events. Or just random Clavio email marketer with nothing. Who wins? So, force multiplier number 2, more touch points inside the funnel. This is your funnel. It's pretty simple. Opt-in, name, email, phone. You get the phone number, you call and text them. You get the emails, throw them in a sequence, send broadcasts. After the opt-in, it goes to a sales page. The sales page has a Calendly on it. Leads to a call. There's no trickery going on here. There's no, low ticket offer and then go to a recurring upsell and then like maybe hit them up with the high ticket offer if they take this specific action. It's just no, bam, opt-in, follow up, sales call, close. There's none of this crazy nonsense. That's it. That's your funnel. So we recently hired a setter, which is pretty interesting to me because it immediately resulted in 30% more calls and therefore 30% more business. So what does he do? We get the phone number. You've probably seen it on our opt-in page. It was just name, email, and then one day it becomes name, email, phone. Well, we're doing something with those. Right? 10 minutes after opt-in, gives them time to watch the VSL, call them twice, bypass do not disturb. Everyone in here has their phone on do not disturb. Go opt-in right now, you're going to get called. Antoine is grinding as we speak. He's a G. All right. If they don't answer, text them. Call again in a couple hours. Next day, text again. Next day, call plus text. Just simply reach out to them. They gave you their phone number. Like, you explicitly informed them that you will be contacting them. Like, what did they think was going to happen if you input a phone number? What other function would there be but to call and text them? So you guys might be thinking, but I feel like I'm annoying them. Who cares? They knew this was going to happen. These are separate people. Or you have agency and you have coaching/info. Coaching/info is setter, closer. That's Client Ascension. I was just talking about that. Agency, cold email/cold caller, and the closer. The cold emailer, cold emails. That's it. The cold caller, cold calls. That's it. The closer just closes, and the setter just sets. You don't mix these roles together. You will lose efficiency. They must be entirely separate people. You need to email your list more. If you ram enough social proof, all objections go out the window. There is no conceivable way the objection I have created inside my mind is feasible if this many people are getting this sheer quantity of results. This is what happens. Just have 47 case studies. You have like 190 screenshots from the Client Ascension Wins channel. We get like 10 a week. Oh, just signed a 10,000 deal plus 5K recurring just like every day. So I want to talk about social proof types. FOMO, you guys know I love this one. Look where you are right now. There's about 6 cameras in this room. And at precisely 6 p.m. tonight, we're going to go across the bridge and we're going to be chugging vodka Red Bulls. And everybody on Twitter and YouTube is going to see it. And they're going to say, damn, I wish I was in Client Ascension. Just FOMO'd you into purchasing. It's so simple. All right, screenshots of quantifiable results. Stripe screenshot plus description, no other data. That's it. We get like 10 to 12 of these a week in the Wins channel. Oliver loves to put them. Liam does. Nice little $7,500 sign last week. Very nice. Simply screenshot that. Send it to the list. Just hey, look at this guy in Client Ascension who made this much money and you're not, you should join. Not verbatim, but you get the point. Interviews. You guys have seen me doing this lately. I get some people from Client Ascension, I put them on a YouTube interview with me. And what this does is it allows your prospects to develop more of a parasocial relationship with you. A parasocial relationship is the relationship that somebody forms with you, particularly with people on the internet, and you don't even know they exist. Right? So they watch these 20, 30-minute interviews. You have like 35 of them. And then your prospects just gradually convince themselves that they like you. Just continuously over time. Right? Lifestyle. I experienced this the first time last week when I posted that first vlog style YouTube video with 2,000 views, and it somehow resulted in 18 calls. Right? And someone comments, they go, "You guys just screw around all day?" And now in my head, I'm like, no, I work 70 hours a week, but I just happened to film the 5 hours in which I was. But it doesn't matter because he thought that, which means everybody else thought that, which associated that lifestyle with me, and they associated the gateway to that as my product. You want to limit it to 30%. You're all in the business niche. If you put too little, you're leaving some force on the table. If you do too much, you just look like you don't know anything. All right, force multiplier number 3. Hire people. You can't scale by yourself. Every single person in here that is currently stuck below $30,000 per month isn't hiring people, and there is zero exception to that. All of you. This is what it looks like. You're working too much, so you don't have time to make more money, which means you're scared to give up some margin by hiring, which continuously means that you're working too much, and it is this repeating cycle. And the way you do it is to just simply give up some margin. You must do this. Let me remind you what we go over in Client Ascension. There's the front, middle, and the end. This is every business. In the front, we do cold email, cold call, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. In the middle, there's sales calls and follow-up. And at the end is doing the actual thing. What if it looked like this? Just Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. Because that's what I do. That is what it is for me. This is what it looks like for the sales team. Got Jay, got Dan. That's what they do. They don't do anything else. This is what it looks like for the coaches. They have no other obligation but the precise thing with which they were assigned. You can't do all of this. It is functionally impossible. It's too much. And that's why you get stuck at 30. There is no exception. All of you. Anybody below 30. Here is the order with which you should hire. It should be fulfillment first, and then sales. You need to be able to sign a client and have the deliverable magically appear. It just needs to happen. Money, somehow 3 days later, deliverable. You hire a sales team second. The moment you add a sales guy, that day, you're going to get more calls. The day. Why? First, there are simply more slots to pick from. And second, because you've hired for fulfillment first, You have nothing else to do but generate calls. So all of your effort, all of your mental capacity will therefore be spent exclusively on generating calls. You have roughly 4 hours of focused mental capacity per day. And if you spend that 4 on fulfillment, congratulations, you will not make more money. If this is all you do, you're going to get really good at it. Like really, really good at it. What is it, Malcolm Gladwell? It's like 10,000 hours to become a master. I got to be getting close to that with Twitter now. Right? All of you guys, you're literally in Client Ascension. Andre will design your system for you. He will help you find an employee. Simply hire somebody. I'm looking at Kyle. Now, as I wrap this up, I have one final force multiplier to share with you. And you might have heard me say it before, but simply wake up and win. Thank you.